I forgot this series existed. Hey guys, it's Imagine.Creativity, and today we're going to be talking about the game No Way Out that I drew up, wrote the script for, and all that. If you guys don't know, this is a older series on my channel. A lot of you guys are newer. So, to quickly keep you guys into the loop, I, as a kid, always wanted to become a video game developer. So, in school, when I was bored at home, I used to write up these video games. I have tons of them. Tons. And I recently found them, and going back through them, there's a lot of things I would like to share with you guys, because I did a poll on Twitter and you guys wanted to hear it. So today we're going to be talking about No Way Out, which for me was the biggest game that I ever did. It very much came to the point that I got a computer to work on it and like actually start trying, and I never did it. But with that being said, let's get straight into it. You guys really think I'd forget top comment? Today's top comment comes from Crack Baby Music, or CB, and he says, "You deserve top comment for all your dedication and hard work towards the channel for us." And seriously guys, without you guys, I would seriously have nothing or no one. I'd be back where I was a few months back, where it felt like I was talking to a wall and I was just uploading for my own sake kind of thing. And you guys have really came together within the last few months and really have been supportive, and I really appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, so basically the plot of this was like a Minecraft meets Little Big Planet zombie apocalypse, like gruesome kind of game. Like it was like supposed to like really mix the enjoyfulness of Little Big Planet, because back then I used to play it so much. I loved the first Little Big Planet so much. I have so many great memories with that, and I was one of those people that hosted stuff on Minecraft, like survival servers and shit, when I played on my PS3 with a bunch of my buddies and their friends. So with that mixture, my brain was like, I've always been into zombies, and I want to make a zombie game. So there was this thing of having a zombie game, a really gruesome zombie game, where you're this character named Ash, and you have to make it through all this stuff as him, and you have to push through all this hell with like this building mechanic as with Little Big Planet, but in a style of like a Last of Us, but like a 2D scroller. It was really weird. Like looking back on it now, I don't know. But the game was supposed to take place over a span of like 4 different planets. It was extremely sci-fi apocalyptic, and like aliens came in midway through the game, and it basically broke down to you had these guys and you had to maintain your group, move around, and try to survive this zombie apocalypse until you go to another planet and these aliens invade. There's like different types of apocalyptic events. There was one where you're on Earth during like the Ice Age, when it started melting and you had to survive all these big ice cracks and stuff. It was really promising with the ideas. I just think it was way too much in the area, like too much in one game. One of the coolest things though was I actually had an artist draw it all out. Like I have full on like professional sketches. Not professional like I went online and all that, because back then this was before I even started YouTube, and there was a kid in my school and he could draw, like, even to this day looking at the sketches, it was like perfect. They're screwed up now because I did not take care of these notebooks. They're like covered in dirt, coffee, drinks, like they are messed up. Most of this stuff I'm reading is from memory at this point, but these sketches, man, are like, were even now for me really good for them. And like, you know, like you had dirt, you had all these different kinds of materials that you could use to build and fortify your fortress. You had to keep rations for your characters. I mean, the game literally had so many elements to it. And the script had like a guy named Ben. He gets bitten. Like, okay, I actually remember exactly how the game started. The game starts with you're this factory worker. And a big thing I just forgot, I just remembered, this takes place in the 1800s. But yes, it's sci-fi. I didn't make much sense back then. But, you know, these lumber workers are like pushing shit into like a sawmill, you know? They're cutting it up and they're complaining about like these fucking machines are gonna take our jobs, we're gonna be out of a job, you know, the usual thing. And this guy named Ben comes walking up and he's like, and he's like, Ben, what's wrong, dude? What's wrong? Ben, what? Dude, come on. And then Ben gets on him, bites him, his buddy starts running, and the guy's screaming. He's like, fuck, he bit me, oh my, what the fuck, man? And it was like a, almost instantaneous thing. You get bit, and it's like, you're like, 1, 2, 3, boom, you're zombie. It's not like a, it was instant. It was like, oh my god, brains type of shit. And I remember from that, it very much pushed all this, but now thinking back, the game made like no sense. The game made literally no sense, but I still feel like I had some good elements to it. It was definitely a start. Biggest project I ever worked on. I'm actually still working on one now. Like, I'm not sure if I ever plan to ever try to put it into development, because I do have a little bit of knowledge on making games, but the one I'm working on now is, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna end up keeping it. But No Way Out was one of the biggest chapters of me making a video game. It was all throughout middle school. I did it from 6th grade to 8th grade while working on this. I did front lines from the last video. If you guys haven't seen the last video, link in the description. I believe that one's amazing. But this one literally paved the way for everything I did. And this was around the time Leafy was out, man. I mean, like, Leafy was big. I'm talking about, like, before the Content Cop, when Filthy Frank was still uploading like crazy. I mean, this was literally what put me onto YouTube, because I wanted to learn stuff, so I googled it. And that's kind of what got me to push towards YouTube and understand what YouTube was. No Way Out was a big chapter, man. And I really enjoyed it. It was a zombie, sci-fi, futuristic, taking place in the 1800s, 2D Last of Us builder shooter with like realistic elements of like rations, your thirst, your sleep, all that. The craziest thing is there was a multiplayer to it that I remember wanting to set up, because I've always had this like thing of everything should be able to be couch multiplayer. I hate that nowadays games break down and they're no longer couch multiplayer. It's like online only or 2-player multiplayer with certain game modes, like the new Modern Warfare. There's a few game modes you can use and wear it with, but like the new Modern Warfare, there's only a few game modes you can do 2 players with, and you can't do more than 2, which I've never understood. It's like technology is advancing. There's always going to be people that come over to your house. You shouldn't have to be like, oh, I got 3 games downloaded, one of them we can play, and God forbid there's more than one person that comes over, then you're like, take turns. I miss jumping on PS3 or PS2 and just 4 players just going at it, man. Like, seriously, one of the biggest things I miss. And I was gonna bring that back with No Way Out in my brain, even before PS4 was really out, man, and be like this co-op thing. I didn't really get far into it. I remember the health system, how it worked with co-op. It's like shared health. It was really crazy and weird. But let me know what you guys think about these kind of videos, because I have a lot more. I'll plan to go into more detail with some of these. This one was just a big one for me, and there's so many layers that it's really hard to get into, especially because most of the binders and the papers are messed up from this one because it's so old. But if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, leave a comment below, let me know what you think, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.
Oh yeah, I've been making content straight out of the womb, bitch. If you hate YouTubers, then you must be rich. But if you don't turn on notifications when people don't, it gives me frustration. See when my videos get demonetized, it honestly makes me sick inside. Like Simon says, it's a do or die. It's Imagine Creativity, so go subscribe!
The quality difference in between the last one of these is insane, man.